That's my favourite song of the moment. I just think the words are just really, really great. So good morning, everybody.
Morning, Sue.
I chose the first song, How Great Is Our God, because it reminds me how great our God is that he's given us the mission here. Sarah said it's the end of term, and as with all good end of terms, you get a report. So this morning I'm going to share my report as a trustee of the City Mission. Now brace yourselves. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. So here goes. Here's our end of term report. I'm going back to January. We returned to work after the high point of December and the ever increasing numbers for Giving Tree, and everybody was still, I think, fairly shattered. But generally speaking, everything started up again in a positive way. You'll realise that some of these words I'm saying are teacher speak. And if you're a teacher, you actually know what the words really mean, not just what I'm saying. So it started in a positive way. Food bank, cafes, shop, all reopened for clients, all very satisfactory and working smoothly. Elder care was a bit slow to start because of a staffing issue, so didn't get underway fully until mid-February. But thankfully that hasn't held them back, and they've had a generally good term. Men's Mafia, Girls Aloud restarted again, very satisfactory and well led. Lots of food, chat and fellowship. One highlight to mention back in February was the Caribbean meal. Anyone remember the Caribbean meal? It was really well enjoyed, and I would give excellent marks for cooking. Although I actually wasn't there, but I understand that the food was very good. Bible chat restarted with some varied topics, which included watching films, The Greatest Showman, and a trip to Birmingham to see Barnum. It was followed by another outing through the wardrobe door to study The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Top marks to the organiser of the trips. And more recently, Bible Chat has learned about the Old Testament characters, Noah, Moses, Gideon, Samson, amongst others. Their course concluded this week with thoughts of about what's important in life, what are the best things in life, and how Jesus fits into those priorities. Perhaps that's something for you to reflect on. What are the best bits? What are the most important? Are they the same? And does God fit into those priority areas? Anyway, carrying on. There have also been holiday activities for families during half terms and Easter, and they continue through the summer. Walks, craft activities, time to spend together. Thank you to the leaders and volunteers who helped with these. Connect has continued weekly with a range of outside speakers offering talks on sensing the gospel. Remember that before Easter? We looked at Ruth and Jonah. These have provided great opportunities to learn more about the Bible and given us hints and tips on how God helps us get through our daily lives. Well done again to all those involved, especially the participants. A new venture this year has been Darren's quizzes, offering chance to go out to churches and enjoying a fun-filled evening of trivia, whilst also getting a chance to win trophies and chocolate. Now on that note, I feel I must mention the excessive amount of chocolate that's been available since Easter. I feel this is a not gone so well aspect, certainly of my life, and it will need more work next term. All good reports have a target, and the target needs to be eat less chocolate. So, Food Bank continues to give out 30 plus parcels a week, providing for those in need, hot meals and drinks in the cafe as well. So well done everyone for the food bank, the shop, the cafe. Keep up the good work. I must also mention Gardening Club, which has restarted recently. Sarah just mentioned weeds. Now, at the moment, my garden isn't growing terribly well because there is no rain. Why is it that the weeds are thriving and the lawn looks like, even worse than a desert? Anyway, Gardening Club, we're looking forward, hopefully, to some homegrown produce, and it gives people a chance to be in the fresh air. So all very positive, really. I feel a good term's work has been done, so keep up the good work. But it would be remiss of me to complete this report without mentioning the not so good aspects. The drains and the floor. What an amazing learning opportunity this has been, particularly for Sarah, to learn about fat balls, drainage, structural engineering, and also to build links with outside organisations. Severn Trent, Drain Doctor, excellent skills development. Who knew Sarah would become a leading expert on drains this term? For all the things that have gone on in the mission this year, we give thanks. I'm sure I've missed some because I'm not here all the time, but we rejoice and we give thanks. In 1 Thessalonians 5, the verse says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks." And that's what we're doing this morning. But there is also a but. All good school reports now, the pupils are expected to comment on what's gone well and what they think they've achieved and enjoyed. So now it's your turn. There are some post-its on the table for you to contribute to this report. So I'm just going to give you 2 minutes. You can either write or draw something that you think has been a real highlight of the mission in the last few months. Once you've done that, if you're happy to share it, if we could put them on those pieces of paper there that by Chris, then we can put them round for people to see. So now it's your turn to do your bit towards the report. You've got 2 minutes. You've got post-its at the back there. There's no excuse for people the other side of the counter. Even if you've just loved the food every week. Doesn't matter. Something that's been... Sorry. Stick your post-its on there. Why do you like coming? Friendship, chat.
Yeah, that's important. Communication.
Anyone willing to share their report feedback?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the big firms, they should, you know, donate a bit of communication with them to drop more donations off instead of going down. Well, a bit of communication out there a bit more.
That's a very good point. We should also thank in our talk the people that do support us.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that other firms are doing it for other places.
Yeah.
But you might be stepping on their toes. That's in my mind, but there must be other places.
But it is really important, the support that the mission gets from outside agencies. Anyway, if you haven't finished, they can go on there later. But we will have a look at what you think has been good aspects of the mission. So carrying on with our report, because you always get like a head teacher's comment at the very end. And I know, like, when my children used to get their report, actually that was the only bit I ever bothered to read. Because I think if the head teacher thinks they're okay, then then I'm happy. So one exceptional thing that the mission do and have done over many years is hold everything to the Lord in prayer. And this has continued to be a priority. And I think it's something that we are really good at. So, yesterday morning, I was going to the dentist. I hate going to the dentist, and it was some horrible treatment that I was going to have. And I was driving along, and I was listening to the radio, and there was a guy on the radio who was being interviewed about his job as a youth worker. And he said, one of the things I do before I do any challenge, or I go into a meeting, or I meet new people, or I just go about my daily business, is I offer that situation in prayer. And that's what I think we do here really well at the mission. He said, I don't do a big long prayer, I just do like a one-liner that might be Diane saying, help me have a good session at the shop today, Lord. Or as I said, sat in my car, I said, please let the dentist not be too vicious with me. It didn't happen, but you know. So just a one-liner before everything you're going to do. If you're going to make a difficult phone call, or you're going to have to face meeting somebody that you perhaps don't like very much, or you don't get on with, just, Lord, help me to get through this situation. Prayer is what makes a difference. And prayer, I think, is what's made a difference to all the things we've done in the mission. We can all work really hard, but if we don't have that conversation and that relationship with God to help us through it all, then we're not going to get through in such a successful way. So well done to everybody who's contributed. Thank you to everybody, and let's keep up the good work. We've got loads of stuff coming up over the summer. Let's just hold all these situations in prayer. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for all that we have here at City Mission. Thank you for the staff, the volunteers, the customers, the supporters from churches and the wider community. Without all these amazing people, we would not be able to offer all the things we've just talked about. As we look forward to the summer holiday season, we ask for our activities to be blessed with good weather, good fellowship, and your love to be spread amongst the people we meet. You are our rock and our Redeemer. Be by our sides in all we do. Amen.
Amen.
I have with me, if anyone would like to take any of these, some little prayer cards. They've all got a different theme. Just a small card with a prayer on the back. This is one worried about someone, looking for God, feeling alone, struggling with change. I will leave them on the table. If anyone would like to take one, please do. But also, please remember that message that the man gave me on the way to the dentist. Just hold a situation in prayer. I've chosen the last song because it's actually a song. I don't know whether people know it because it's a very old-fashioned song. It is a very old song, but the message in the song is take it to the Lord in prayer. It's actually my mum's favourite song, and she's 96. And at any time in her life when she's had difficult situations, this is what she always goes back to. Take it to the Lord in prayer. And it's a prompt, I think, because it's very easy to forget when we're all busy doing all the things we do, like running the shop, the cafe, the food bank. Very easy to forget to pray. So that's my message to you today. Please take a moment to pray. Thank you.